Must be great riding with him.
Look out! Look out! Look out! Look out!
Good morning everybody, welcome to the channel. Welcome to some more tales from the bike shed. This is just a quick update on my inaugural ride the other day. I need to adjust the carburetor settings so it idles okay and the mixture's fine, because when I came back and checked the plug it was just suttered up to hell, so I need to sort that out. But when I was messing around with the adjustment screws on the carb, nothing was happening, so which made me believe that the carb's a bit wonky. So I've bought a new carb, 18 quid delivered from eBay. It's the same as the standard C91, and this is it here. I don't know if you can see that there. And the adjustment, the mixture screws on this one are much better than on the old one. Yeah, but nothing was happening. So I fitted the new carb, and when I dropped the Life-On engine into the bike, it came with the standard 15 sprocket, which is standard on the C90. So I stuck a 16 tooth front sprocket on to try and improve the gearing. After reading on one of the forums, one of the combinations came up as 17 front, 36, or was it 34? Anyway, 17, 36 rear. So that's what I have done. When I ordered the carb, I ordered a new 17 tooth sprocket for the front and a 36 for the rear. They arrived, fitted the carb yesterday, and when I was putting the stripping out the back wheel so as to change the rear sprocket, when I was faffing around taking the brake drum off, the linings became detached from that bit, which is a bit of a pain in the backside really. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bodge these back together, I'm going to cable tie them on and then put them back in until my new brake shoes arrive. So anyway, what we got going on down here then? So I've fitted there's the 36 tooth, there's the old standard 39, and there's my old 16th, well it's new, but my 16 tooth. So I don't know if you'll see much difference. So that's where we are now. Bit of a pain in the backside really, because I wanted to get this done and start the carb adjustment. So I'm not going to do it in here because there's no ventilation. I don't want to gas myself, so I'm just going to have a bit of a clean up, fettle around. When I come to release everything for the to take the back wheel off, I found it a real pain in the backside. Clearly I'm doing something wrong, because I watched a guy on YouTube saying how to take the rear wheel out without taking the carrier and the fork, the chain guard and stuff, and it was a doddle, it just dropped out. But I had a proper struggle. Clearly I'm doing something wrong, so I just need to practice on that. And I'm also going to look at fitting my old Cat-Eye Velo 8 cycle computer onto the dash, onto the front. And the reason I'm doing that is to try and help with the fuel economy, or well, not fuel economy, just it's purely for the trip meter, to see how many miles I'm doing against a tank of fuel. So I'm going to look at faffing around doing that now. It needs the spoke magnet needs 5 mil minimum or maximum from the sensor, so I might have to do a bit of packing with some rubber or something, but it is doable. And yeah, we'll give that a go. And there's another shot of the new carburetor. Right then peeps, I'm going to crack on. I'll check in a minute to see how I'm getting on. Mission accomplished in a bit peeps. So I will just show you what I've done. This is just a bit of a bodge at the minute, a proof of concept, just to see if it works. So if it works, then I'll do a tidier job. So what I have done is, I have got my little sensor mounted on a little block of wood here, which is covered in, wrapped it around with some inner tube and then some black electrical tape just to keep the inner tube on. I needed to put it on there to get the distance from the fork arm to the magnet, which is there. So if I just spin him round, just to get the desired gap. There's the magnet, and as you can see, ooh, I'm not sure if you get that, but you get a nice little gap. What I'm, oh shit, I'm spinning around again. What I'm going to do with the magnet, and it's something I do on my Wild FS, I've tightened him up, but I'm going to wrap some electrical tape around that just to stop him moving and to stop him from unwinding and coming off. So he's mounted his start again. The sensor is taped to the block, and then I've just cable tied the block to the fork arm, and that was a bit of a pain in the ass actually, because there's nothing for the cables to grip onto. So I'd have just put some black tape, electrical tape, around it like that. Like I say, this is just a bodge. If it works, then I'll do a tidier job. And then I've just routed the cable up. I'll put a bit of black electrical tape on that one just to keep him off the wheel. I'm not going to do anything with this because it's out of the way. Run him up behind the fairing. And then with one of those 3M sticky pads, I've mounted the holder on the handlebars. And then there's the little computer. I've had to relocate my watch, which is on there, which is at a nice jaunty angle for me to see. Now I've got to be careful when I'm taking this off, because I don't know if you can see, it's the little holder is curved to sit on a handlebar, and this is a flat surface, so it's only stuck on the corner. So I just have to be very careful when I'm doing that. So I haven't tested him yet. I just need to set the circumference of the wheel on here, and I've done a quick guesstimate with the tape measure, and I think it's around about 190. So I'll tap 190. Well, I'll tap 190 in, and then when I get the rear wheel on, I'll measure it properly by putting the tape measure on the floor. So the valve, one rotation to the valve, and measure it. So yeah, that'll be quite good just to get the trip meter. It'll just help me work out fuel and how far I can go to what I've done and all that good stuff. Right, I've done a quick temporary repair on the brake shoes. I've used the smallest cable ties I've got. That'll make life easier when I'm putting it back, and it won't make much difference when I'm braking, because the new shoes are arriving next week, and I want to get out on the weekend. So right, and there's the brake shoes fitted to the brake drum. There you go. There's hardly any gap on there. That'll be fine. So I'm going to get that fitted now, and then away we go. Right then, there you go. Just a quick recap. 36, 39, 16, 17 in there. Right, I'm going to clean the rear cush drive assembly up, put the rear brake, put the brake shoes back in, and we're good to go. Right then, until the next random content, which might be mountain biking at the weekend. Weather's shite at the moment, and fingers crossed it might be not as shite on Saturday. Right, in a bit, peeps.